The aftermath of conservative Charlie Kirk's shooting continues to create more headlines. This time, the most recent story comes out of Tennessee State University, which is a well known HBCU. On Tuesday, several clips would begin to circulate of a conservative group called the Fearless Debaters, who, like Kirk, are traveling to college campuses debating students on social and political topics. The debaters would decide to take their tour stop to Tennessee State while wearing Maga hats, and things would quickly come to an end by the students in the school who would let them know they were not welcomed.
All we did was set up a table.
Whoa, wait a minute. Did y'all hear what he said? Did y'all hear what he said, y'all? See, and this is the stuff that gets me with these people, because they always, right, like to perpetrate a fraud. They like to throw, what did they say? Throw the stone and hide their hands. Okay. So basically, he's trying to play victim. He said, all we did was set up a table. But he set up a table that said DEI should be illegal, right? And then they had another table that said something else. So basically, he is poking fun at, people that believe in DEI, diversity. What is it? Diversity, equity, inclusion. Same thing as affirmative action. We've already talked about this on the channel, which I never really gave it too much attention, because I see all of the baiting that they try to use when they have these little groups that they formulate. But anyway, he knew what he was doing. He came onto the campus wearing the Make America Great Maga hat. Why would you come up there unannounced trying to incite basically a debate with people that don't want to even have anything to do with you or debate you? He said all we did was set up a table, but he was trying to bait them into having a disturbance. Look at this. They are great. They are known for doing this, y'all. Don't fall for the bait. I wish I could talk to some of these youth at the colleges. Don't fall for the bait, y'all, because what they're trying to do is bait you in, so then that way they can play the victim like they always do. They know exactly what they're doing. Let's continue. Okay, so she's at the top of her mouth yelling, loser, loser, loser. Now, see, here's the thing. Personally, let me make this bigger so y'all can see it. Personally, I wouldn't be up there giving these people all of my attention and my energy like this, right? That's what they want, y'all. Somebody needs to talk to these, these children, these young adults out here, and let them know how the enemy works, because they use the same tactics over and over and over again. I'm pretty sure he took notes from CK and felt like, oh, I'm going to live on his legacy. Let me go on to a college and incite a debate with people who don't even want to debate me. That's craziness, y'all. It's hypocrisy. Let's keep going. And he's satisfied at what he's done. He's satisfied at what he's done. That's why he's looking like that. He's happy that he got some type of reaction. That's all he wanted, so he could post this all over social media. You said it's like poking a stick at a beehive and surprised when stung. That they always do the same antics, and telling everyone, look what those terrible bees did to me. Oh yeah, you're gonna see in a moment. He's gonna play the victim. Watch. Kind of like when these people go to the zoo and they tell them not to climb into the cages with the animals. Y'all know what I'm talking about? They'll go to a zoo, right? And they say, don't climb in the cage with the animals. Don't feed the animals. Don't stick your hand in there. And what do? They stick their hand in the cages. Oh, I want to pet them. Oh, I want to feed them. Oh, and then all of a sudden you jumped in the cage with the tiger. You jumped in the cage with the lion, right? And what did Cat Williams tell y'all? You're going to get mad at a tiger for being a tiger, for being an innate animal. Its instinctual animal instincts is to do what? Hunt for food, to kill, to protect itself. You want to jump in the cage with the tiger, and then when the tiger attacks you, then all of a sudden you're a victim, and now the tiger has to be euthanized because you want to be an idiot. Same scenario here, y'all. Same nonsense right here. Let's keep going, y'all. Because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense for this dumb nonsense. They think they're animal whisperers. You know what? Unfortunately, you have to respect Mother Nature, right? And that means respecting the animals as well. Respect their habitat, respect their territory, you know. But let's keep going because this is just dumb and stupid all the way around. How does he feel? He feels proud because he got a reaction out of y'all. Y'all doing too much. Y'all giving him too much energy, too much attention. Y'all got to not fall for these antics, y'all. He's not even worth all of that. He feels proud that he went over there and got the attention and the footage that he wanted. That's exactly what he wanted, y'all. Somebody, please talk to these youth. If you are around these youth, if you're around this campus, if you're around these HBCUs, please go in there and talk to them. I would do it myself, y'all, for real, because this is ridiculous.
Hey, tell him where you going now? Because I ain't here soon no more, boy. Can't even hear you.
Very black and very tired of this.
She says she's very black, very safe, and very tired of it. I think that people need to. I mean, I could see that they're triggered. You know, I could see that they're definitely triggered, and that's what he went there for. He went there so they could be triggered. That was the whole point of them going there, was to trigger them, and it worked. And I feel like melanated people, because we're very passionate, and because we have gone through so much, you have to stop. You have to kind of like control your emotions and try your best not to act out of emotions. Stop speaking out of emotion, stop acting out of emotion, because sometimes in the heat of passion things can escalate. And this is really how the enemy utilizes your own emotions against you. They're very good at this. They're very good at baiting people. They are actually perfectionists at this. And when you don't take the bait, that's when they really get triggered, bothered, and mad, as we have seen all week. When I mention CK and I talk about the truth about their antics, they come in the live chat and start attacking. And then when I don't feed them what they want, like an emotional reaction, getting upset, getting mad, getting bothered, don't give them the energy that they want, they still get even more upset because their antics didn't work. So you have to basically use reverse psychology on these Neanderthals, okay? So let's keep going. Let's see how this whole thing went down, y'all.
Hey, what's up, man? Like, oh, press the hell. You feel me? Like, it's a crazy day out here. You feel me?
Before being chased off, the debaters would post a picture of themselves on Instagram to announce their arrival to the campus. They were going.
All right, so I don't know if y'all can see what this says up here. I'm going to take this banner down. Hold on one second, y'all. But basically it says DEI should be illegal. And then there says deport all something. I can't see.
The caption, "We're here at Tennessee State University in Nashville, the first HBCU that we're visiting on the Fearless Tour. Let's talk."
So basically, they said the first HBCU that we're visiting on the tour, let's talk. Sounds like rhetoric from CK, right? So basically, what they've done is they have allowed CK to put a battery in their back, right? To incite what they're doing right now on this campus. So I don't think this is going to be the first, and I don't think this is going to be the last attempt for these people to do these type of things. And I think people need to be out here protecting these college campuses, because what we don't want is for the young youth to get into one of these racial wars, for this to actually escalate out onto the streets, y'all. And then parents are going to start getting involved, and then family members are going to start getting involved. So somebody needs to put an end to this right now. This is getting way out of line. They should have never gone over there trying to antagonize these college students for no reason. That's ridiculous.
Commentator David Cate. Both men appear to have a history of creating content that is meant to create viral debates while triggering some with their strong opinions. Following being chased away, the debaters will post on Instagram, "We set up a table. It caused a race riot, apparently, at Fearless Debates. This was at Tennessee State University." They would even follow up with another shared post asking people to defund the school over the students' response. Following the incident, Tennessee State University would share a statement about the now uninvited visitors. Today, a group of individuals unaffiliated with Tennessee State University appeared on campus without prior notice. In accordance with university policy, any demonstration or protest activity requires advance approval and permitting. Campus police and staff responded promptly, and the individuals were escorted from university grounds without incident. At all times, TSU students conducted themselves in a professional and respectful manner. The safety and well-being of our students, faculty, and staff remain our highest priority. TSU will continue to uphold university policies and ensure that campus remains a safe, welcoming, and orderly environment for all members of our community. Now on X, David Cate would further the conversation by explaining why they were asked to leave. It even pushed back on the school, claiming the students acted professionally. Tennessee State University.
All right, so I'm going to stop it there. Okay, if you would like to look more into that, you know where to find it. Yes, provocateurs, Lonesome Dove. That's exactly what they are. And they went there to try to incite a racial dispute amongst, the students. They went there knowing what they meant to do. Like I said, I feel like the CK situation was orchestrated basically for a narrative and for a reason and for a political agenda. I also feel like writing bullets on ammunition, writing phrases on ammunition, and then, this whole thing about the Dallas shooter being on the rooftop, just like the alleged Tyler Robinson being on the rooftop, at the Utah college campus that day. It's parallels, and then you have Cash Patel involved making his statements. Y'all, they are really trying to set this country up for division and into like a racial warfare, is from what I'm seeing. And I really hope a lot of people don't fall for these antics. He says they were bothering the children. They should have never gone to the campus uninvited. If you're going to have something like that, you're supposed to actually contact the campus, set this up so that you have proper security, have proper clearance, proper setup. And plus, you need to have proper security in case there forms a large crowd of people. There could be a stampede. Y'all know that it can get very dangerous if something breaks out, people start running, and you don't have enough staff members to help contain the crowd. So that was completely uncalled for. And I don't think they should be allowed to visit any more campuses unannounced like that. And that needs to be addressed, because really, with the state of the climate, the political climate that's going on right now in America, we don't have time for this. Those children are out there trying to get an education, doing what they're supposed to do, not bothering anybody. And they went on their territory unannounced, unwelcome, and then basically trying to revoke people. For what reason? Now, had that been the other way around, they probably would have been handcuffed, taken off to jail, saying that they're trespassing, intrusion, they need to leave. All types of stuff could have happened. So we really need to take these matters seriously and not allow, what's good, Trishy B, and not allow these things to keep taking place. They're really overstepping their boundaries. They're very comfortable. And one thing I want to say about the energy of the youth, y'all, it is unmatched. It is unprecedented today. These youth are not playing, and I really don't want them getting in trouble, throwing their lives down the drain for something that might grow. It just might grow out of control, and the next thing you know, somebody's taken in handcuffs. And we know that they will trump up charges on certain individuals, right? We know that when it comes to the judicial system, they don't play fairly when it comes to a certain group of individuals compared to another group of individuals. That's why I said people need to really talk to these children at these HBCUs or these young adults and let them know to stand down. Like, I'm on this platform telling melanated people, when this stuff first happened with CK, this is not our battle. This is not our fight. This is between them. Stand down, stand down. Because when that stuff first happened with CK, they said they were already trying to blame and target the HBCUs. Why would the HBCU be in Utah? They're not worried about those people. They weren't over there messing with them. You see how they always come trolling, messing with somebody else? They can't survive without our energy. I've been telling y'all this. Don't fall for the antics, y'all. They don't share our history, but they shape our politics. Exactly right, Lonesome Dove. So somebody needs to talk to these young adults out here at these HBCUs and all colleges. Actually, they need to actually have a mission statement written up, and we need to put the message out there that they're not going to basically allow any of this stuff to happen. There needs to be a 0% tolerance policy for any of these type of antics to go down, because things can happen and things can escalate very quickly. Nobody needs to be going through that. A bunch of vampires, a bunch of savages, y'all. Just leave people alone. But they can't do that. That is like, it's too much for them to ask them to leave people alone, right? They're out there on the college campus trying to get an education, minding their own business. Why are you going over there antagonizing them? Why are you over there wanting a reaction? And like I said, don't give them what they want. Starve them to death. Give them what they're worth. Nothing. Y'all know how I handle these people when they come into my comment section. Sometimes I will engage and sometimes I won't, because they're not even worthy of your attention. They're not that important, y'all. You got to understand the true value in you. You have to understand the true value in your energy. Your energy is everything, young youth out there. If you're going to a college or an HBCU, don't let them trick you out of your position of getting your education. Don't let them trick you out of your position of having your freedom and being able to make a difference in your life and in this world. Right now, what we're doing is making America great. Okay. It was never great, but we're making it great because we're speaking the truth on these platforms. We're saying things that people were scared to say. We're saying things that they don't want us to talk about. And we don't need them to validate our feelings, our emotions, and our experiences. No matter what they say, no matter how much they try to minimize it, they can never erase our history and our experiences and what we continue to go through on a daily basis. So everybody that comes on saying, oh, you're playing the victim, oh, you're living in the past, don't let them gaslight you out of what you really live in your reality. That's what they want you to do. They want you to forget about your history. They want you to forget about how they are. You know, there's a saying, it says, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. These miscreants and criminals and savages have already showed us how they are through time and time again down history. Look at how they treat their own. They bomb their own. They go to nuclear wars and have nuclear drones with their own people, gas chambers for their own people. Look at the Holocaust with their own people. If they will do that to their own, what do you think they'll do to you? They don't care about anybody but their own selfish interest, y'all. So be very careful with dealing with these type of savages. They're on a whole different level, okay? You got to be real careful. Or better yet, telling the truth. They fold when the truth comes out, or they get mad because, like I said, the hit dogs holler. But here in Texas, we got to remember the Alamo. We got to remember 9/11. I remember 9/11. I remember all about 9/11. I never forgot it because 9/11 was an orchestrated hit. And that was within, that was not from a foreign entity, in my personal opinion. Hint, hint. Look at the eye wink. Okay. In my personal opinion, that was not a terrorist attack, in my opinion. Okay. That was that was a hit from inside of our government. If you want my opinion, I didn't say it was a fact. I said it was an opinion. Y'all remember Michael Moore, Fahrenheit 9/11? Did y'all ever watch that DVD? He taught, and he even had one about the healthcare. So y'all do some digging, do some research, but they don't want to remember us. I'm gonna show y'all something, y'all, since we're talking about it. Since we're on this subject matter, I want to show y'all something because I always talk about this, but I really want y'all to see just how evil these people can be. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can pull this up. These people are nobody to take lightly. Never take your enemy lightly, y'all. Okay. Now let me show y'all. 9/11 was a stage, in my personal opinion. You said they don't want to remember us. They don't want to remember us, but they have to remember us because we're all around this globe. You can't erase it. No matter how much they try to get rid of it, they can't. They can't. The Creator put us here, to have a past and to have a history, to mark our territory. I keep telling everybody to check this documentary out. Look up on the screen. World's Greatest Hunters of Men. Check this video out, y'all. It's 3 hours long. I want y'all to look into what they did to JFK. JFK. Now, you all should be aware by now that Donald Trump is supposed to be good friends with, I think his name is RFK, which I think is one of John F. Kennedy's